Welcome to today's deep dive, curated just for you. We are unpacking a dispatch from the August 16th, 2026 Nightly News. And, well, our mission today is exploring this wild tension, the jarring contrast between our trillion-dollar technological leaps and the incredibly fragile realities of the human body and the physical world.
It is a massive contrast. I mean, Goldman Sachs is projecting that global AI spending will hit $1.019 trillion this year.
Over $1 trillion. That is just...
Right, it isn't just software hype anymore. Look at Anthropic's Q2 revenue surging to $11.5 billion ahead of their massive IPO.
Right.
That's a 14-fold increase. We are witnessing a permanent structural economic shift here.
Okay, so I want to push back a bit on the usual, we're building a new digital interstate highway system analogy, because that makes it sound invisible. $1 trillion looks like millions of physical microchips and massive data centers that literally consume the electricity of entire cities.
Yes, exactly. It's heavy physical infrastructure. And the physical applications of that computing power are moving much, much faster than people realize. Take the recent DARPA test.
The F-16 flight.
Yeah, the first fully AI-piloted F-16 flight in real-world conditions with no human on board.
Okay, I have to admit I'm struggling with the mechanics of that.
Yeah.
With AI now flying fighter jets without pilots, are we rushing real-world deployment before fully understanding the consequences of autonomous combat authority?
Well, we are crossing profound ethical thresholds. The AI is essentially running millions of simulated flight physics and combat scenarios every second.
Instead of a human pilot physically reacting to G-forces.
Right. It ingests raw sensor data, so radar, airspeed, altitude, and calculates the optimal aerodynamic maneuver instantly. But, yeah, we are giving a piece of software the power to use lethal force before we figured out the rules for letting a machine make those life-or-death decisions.
It's wild. So we are pouring all this money into artificially engineering a perfect pilot, but when it comes to the human body, some of the most effective engineering turns out to be ancient biology.
Oh, the contrast is striking. While we poured trillions into futuristic tech, immense value is hiding in the past right inside our own biology.
Right. The dispatch highlights medical developments that feel almost laughably low-tech in comparison, like the new long COVID research.
Yeah, so medical science is finding that a COVID-19 infection actually suppresses the immune system just enough to reactivate dormant viruses that have been hiding in your body for years.
Hey, hiding, like sleeper agents?
Exactly like sleeper agents. Viruses like Epstein-Barr or cytomegalovirus, which we usually call CMV, most people carry them without ever showing symptoms.
Oh, wow. So COVID just distracts your immune defenses?
Yes, and these older viruses wake up and start replicating again, which creates a cascade of inflammation. By decoding those complex viral domino effects, doctors are finally finding new therapeutic targets for lasting disabilities.
That makes total sense. But, okay, here's the part that really throws me. The dispatch also mentions digoxin.
The heart medication.
Right, which has been around for literally centuries. It costs less than 10 cents a day, and new research shows low doses reduce heart failure hospitalizations by 25%. It's wild that we are designing trillion-dollar AI, yet a 10-cent pill from the past is revolutionizing heart treatments.
It is amazing, isn't it?
It is. Are we blinding ourselves to simple existing solutions in our obsession with the shiny and new?
We definitely have an innovation bias. You
Yeah.
know? We assume expensive equals effective. But human biology hasn't fundamentally changed. Digoxin works by inhibiting a specific sodium-potassium pump in the heart cell membranes.
Okay, so how does that help?
Well, it leads to a slight buildup of calcium inside the cells, which basically forces the heart muscle to contract stronger with every single beat.
So it just gives the heart a better grip.
Exactly. Medical science is reevaluating these old tools through a modern lens, and it's yielding huge dividends without the trillion-dollar price tag.
Well, speaking of price tags, let's talk about the physical cost of our environment. Because despite these technological and medical marvels, we remain deeply vulnerable to the natural world.
Yeah, that massive AI infrastructure we talked about relies on a physical grid that is terrifyingly fragile.
Which is just put on full display in Indiana, a really stark reminder.
It was. They just experienced historic, worst in 30 years flooding. The water overwhelmed local infrastructure entirely.
It left 6 people dead.
It's dead, yes. And it knocked out power for over 172,000 residents. You cannot code your way out of a rising river.
That is the ultimate reality check. You can have an AI pilot doing perfect barrel rolls in the cloud, but on the ground, whole neighborhoods are underwater and the electrical grid just snaps.
Exactly. As our digital infrastructure becomes increasingly godlike, The physical infrastructure that keeps us alive is proving more vulnerable than ever.
It's the ultimate paradox for you to think about today. We are building this sci-fi future while fighting for survival on the gritty ground. So, I want to leave you with a final question to ponder.
It's a big one.
If an AI can autonomously fly a fighter jet today, how long until we have to blindly trust it to manage our failing electrical grids or direct medical triage during the next catastrophic climate event?